Thank you, Steph. Yesterday, the spokesperson for the Prime Minister's Office of Israel.
Pam, please.
Yeah, yesterday, the spokesperson for the Prime Minister's Office of Israel had his daily briefing, and in that he made special remarks about Philippe Lazzarini and UNRWA. Among them, and I want your response, he says that the Israeli forces have retrieved, in his words, millions of documents showing that UNRWA employees were involved in October 7th. Have you received any, has the Secretary General received any of these millions of documents?
No, I mean, that's not all that he said, right? And I think we've seen since the beginning, since October 7th and even before, but really since October 7th, UNRWA being the target of a number of attacks, both figuratively and literally. Right, we just talked about the attacks on premises. The remarks made last night, especially those focused on Mr. Lazzarini personally, made by David Menser, are unacceptable, to say the least. I think using the kind of inflammatory language he used to describe Mr. Lazzarini, and I don't want to repeat them, but they're there for the record, in an environment that's already extremely volatile, is reprehensible and downright dangerous, because it puts at risk senior UN officials whose only focus is on helping civilians in Gaza and to alleviate their suffering. And of course, an individual like Mr. Lazzarini, who has been very clear and very vocal in denouncing the terror attacks by Hamas on October 7th. Moreover, and I think more to the issue of the documents, UNRWA's management has been very clear. They've been fully transparent in their operations and willing to cooperate with the Israeli authorities regarding allegations of infiltration by the agency. As you saw, and as you well know, there have been a number of efforts on behalf of the UN, and as you also recall, UNRWA were the first ones to announce the list of staff that had been potentially involved in the 7th of October. There was a report by the former French Foreign Minister, Catherine Colonna, whose recommendations are already being implemented, plus the ongoing OIOS report, which I've mentioned a few times, which we expect to have an update before the end of the month.